let's now get you to Monday Night Football. I will give you a few pieces of information, and then Brandon can give you some bets he likes. So this season, Monday Night Football, 8-3 to the over, which is a complete contrast to what we talked about on Sunday Night Football, which is going under. And that through 8 weeks, this is the best season for overs on Monday Night Football since 2008 and 2009. So seeing something different there. One interesting on-the-field stat for this one. So Bucs, Chiefs on Monday Night Football with the spread of, let's see what it is right now. It is 9 for the Chiefs with a total of 45.5. These are the top 2 teams in third down conversion percentage. Bucs are 1, Chiefs are 2. So understanding no Godwin and no Evans, but let's see what Baker can do to keep up with it. And Mahomes, 3-0 straight up and against the spread in night games this year. So got to cover the 9 to keep that going. The 2 bets I was looking at, Cole Hardman, over 7.5 receiving yards. He's now basically the wide receiver 3 for Kansas City. We're projecting him for about 18 receiving yards, 30 and 29 snaps the last 2 weeks. His targets are going down, but to me, it's just part of the play. I think it's a little low. The other one, I'm going back to the well, an Action Network favorite. I like Cade Otton over 4.5 receptions, 10 targets in back-to-back games, and this is the important one for me. So without Godwin and Evans, he has 17 first read designated targets in his last 2 games, most of any tight end. Baker is very much looking his way, and you assume they'll have a trailing game script here. And tight ends versus Kansas City. Bowers had 5 catches. Kittle had 6. Juwan Johnson had 5. Gesicki 7, likely 9. So I think Cade Otton finds a way. Brandon, what are you thinking here?
Yeah, we love Cade Otton at Action Network. I think that was a Stuckey special, right? For one of the playoff live shows that we had with all the crowds out, and Otton had the big game. Obviously, why Otton's playing so well right now is the Bucs don't have any receivers left. Mike Evans doesn't look like he's going to play. Chris Godwin obviously had that horrific injury. Jalen McMillan is possibly injured here, hamstring as well. Evans on the hamstring. Sterling Shepard is apparently still in the NFL on a hamstring injury. There's not a lot of weapons here, and it's a bummer because the Bucs had become a pretty fun team, and this would have been a really cool game, and now they just don't have a lot of options here. I think, too, on the other side of the ball, it's not a great matchup for the Bucs defense. Todd Bowles' defense has not been as good as it has looked in the years past, not getting a lot of pressure on, and they're especially bad against the short stuff. The short stuff is the one thing the Chiefs do really well still. Like, it's real annoying watching the Chiefs because we want them to, like, light it up downfield, and they're not really doing it. What they're doing is success rate stuff. They're just moving the ball. They're matriculating down the field, right? I think we're going to see a lot of that. I think we're going to get maybe a more dull game here of just kind of the Chiefs just slowly winning. You know, like the vice just slowly tightening as they chew up the clock, these long drives. We might get some wind and rain as well. So a couple angles. I think if you can get a teaser leg down to 3, preferably below 3, but I don't know if we'll get an 8.5 anymore there. You might do like a 6.5 teaser. The Chiefs win by 3 a lot. So I want to get below the 3 if we can. Patrick Mahomes, when he is a touchdown favorite or more, 48-5 straight up. So you're not going to lose the game. And in those 48 wins, he's only failed to cover -2.5 if you get that teaser down there 2 times. So if you can tease it down there, I think this is a great way to maybe start a teaser into next week. There's a lot of big favorites coming up. So maybe start an early leg here and add to it later. For just this game, I'll take the Chiefs second half line, -4.5. This has just been a thing that they've been covering week after week. They did not cover last week for the first time all season, the second half, but they're 6-1 ATS, second half spread. Until last week against the Raiders, they had covered the second half line, including the playoff games, 12 straight games. This is what they do. They get the early lead. They chew the clock. The defense is so good. And they just kind of suck the life out of this game and take care of business. So I take a Chiefs second half pick, -4.5.
Yeah, if you're going to go Chiefs second half, you might as well take Chiefs second half under as well, since that tends to hit a lot too.